Are you back home or are you at the pretty house?
Hello, Sketchbook Heroes. I'm sorry. What was that?
I said, are you back home or are you at that pretty house?
Oh,
You were
I'm
visiting
back home
someplace
right
that
now.
looked gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. All right, so here we go. Can let me see. I'm not sure what you see. Can you see my screen? Is it the
I
one with
see
Elon
Fox
Musk?
News.
Fox News. All right, good. All right, let's go to our meetup and jump right in. I know something wrong with the cable, and we'll see. All right, so here we are. It's really quickly. There is a. We won't be here next week. We will be out all next week. So I was going to do Thursday, try to do Thursday, but I think it's we're already going to just take a break for a week as I go out to Washington. So I'm excited about that. Agenda for tonight. Last week's class loaded to YouTube. It was done. It looks really good. Actually was pretty happy with last week's class. Doodling. Yeah, here we go. Let's just do this real quick. So here's last week's class. Oh, there I am. Where it was working. Really got some really good stuff. You can see the anatomy that's there. It was really good. We actually even did the side view. So last week's video is up. We had to get it uploaded to Zoom and they had to fix it. We did this drawing too. I will show that drawing tonight. I've got it here. So let's see. I don't know. I'm having a little, it's interesting what's going on with this camera zoom. It's really zoomed in really well. So I'll share that, but it's all up. So pretty exciting. I'll show this right now. So let's go back actually. So if you're interested in going to that, you go to Sketchbook Warrior. Actually, what is it? No, it's it's right here. It's the see, I think, yeah, there it is. Right at the bottom. Oh, absolutebeginner.org. That's the one. Ooh, wrong video. All right, here we go. Doodling website. There's this doodling website. It's really good. I'll put it in the chat right now. I think we can do that. Let's see if I find the chat. So, you know, you got to know what you're aiming for. Doodling is really good. You know, there's no real commitment, just for fun. You got to know what you're committed to. You can actually even be committed to doodles. That's called Doodle Addicts. If you go to Doodle Addicts, what's great about it here, they have curated and they have drawing challenges. So I've mentioned this one before about a year ago. So I'll mention it again just because it's fun to doodle and just doesn't have to be always realistic. So drawing challenges, you can see all the challenges. Click on that. These are all the different challenges. Design an album cover drawing challenge, inside your mind challenge. So, you know, these are ideas of things you can do. Draw your true selfie, design a stamp drawing. And it's at doodleaddicts.com. They've got a whole bunch of like challenges. And they also have prompts. The prompts are pretty cool too. You can see the different prompts. Let me see, where did I? There's let's see, and you would have to also sign up. Let me see, weekly prompts. Ooh, did I get logged off? I just heard something. Okay, so and that's a really good website. All right, Serious Fun AI. So I did add questions. I am adding questions, and if you're really interested in the AI, I'll put this in the chat as well. This is a lot of stuff I've been going through, and there's a new Google AI that you just type in the stuff, and it creates whatever you're typing in. So here, this is the video input, and then you just a bear dancing, and you can see it actually creates using the video input a bear dancing. So all you do now is just you know, here's a picture. You input this image, and it creates. You just write. Somebody wrote underwater shot of a sea turtle with a shark approaching from behind, and the artificial intelligence actually created that. So all this stuff, yeah, there it is. I launch a model, today's model, and it's really interesting, this whole video. So all these videos, especially this first one, this one's like, how long is this one? This one's an hour and a half, but it really goes into AI, and it goes from the beginning to kind of get you a really good feel of what AI is doing right now. That one, and there's always new stuff every week. I'm seeing new stuff. So these are just some of the links I've added to this webpage since I've created it about a couple months ago. So there's a lot of good stuff. The first couple videos are really good. So let me put that in the chat. And then we can get started. Let's go back over here. All this stuff, all these links are on today's meetup as well. So that's that one. Oh, the line of action. So we'll start off with the line of action, and we'll do some practice drawing from there, and then talk about obliques, and then the uploaded pictures. That's it for tonight. We're hoping to finish by 7 o'clock. So we'll get this going. So we'll do some quick figure drawing, figure studies. Let's see, we'll draw. What do you want to draw? We'll do all genders, all models, all genders. Only, yeah, all models, all genders covered. No nudes. Only covered models. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And then same length, 30 seconds. We'll go, let's get drawing. They're going to be 30 seconds. Should we go 60 seconds? 60 seconds is good. Get drawing. Let's start. So ready. I'm going to go ahead and draw here, and then I'll share this picture once we go full screen again. All right, so we'll just jump right in. This is just a warm-up, so let's get drawing. There it is. There's the first one. We'll skip. There we go. All right, here we go. So we have actually 1 minute on each of these. Is my camera upside down? Yeah, it is. Okay, turn it around. Or is it? No, it's fine. All right, here we go. And it is playing. Yeah, 43 seconds. A minute's pretty good when you're, especially when you're learning for starting. There's my head, my shoulders. Then afterwards, you want to pick it up. The 30-second ones are really good. I'm using a pen right now. It's a really inky pen, really nice. It's called Liquid Flare. Really nice pen for drawing and writing. I'm just doing shapes. See the torso, the whole purple thing looks almost like a square. I can see that ratio. And just it's a little bit thinner actually than a square. You can see that, and then the pelvis goes out. A little bit of a tummy. Oh, I missed it. It's too slow. Let's go a little faster here. There's the head, shoulders, the angle of the arms. Okay, I'm almost doing a stick figure here. So I got arms, the whole torso. You can see the pelvis tilting a little bit. This leg, the weight on the right leg. Right there, as the foot comes out. Again, the anatomic middle, where that is at. So you can, a little more accurate. Notice the triangle of that whole shape in there. Triangle feet. Yeah, today's drawings, we're going to actually be pretty neat. 5 seconds. Yeah, today's drawings, we'll spend more time on them. And we'll transition into, ooh, look at that one. We'll transition into caricatures. We're going to do some caricatures tonight. And transition to next month, already next month. All right, so there's the head, neck. Just a little bigger, torso. At an angle. How many are we going to do? We'll go for 15 more minutes. According to my clock. My clock's 3 minutes behind. You can almost imagine the thighs going inside to the pelvis. I'm kind of like actually imagining what the inside looks like in my sketch. Just so I can get the structure in there. It's good to use your imagination, especially once you start studying the form. Can you imagine it without, like X-ray vision, so to speak. Oh, there, that one's gone. Ooh, that's a nice one. Let's see, here we go. There's the head, egg shape, the angle. So you're just recording what you see. Well, it looks like one of our prompts today. Oh, yeah, one of our prompts. Actually, one of the caricatures. No, not much of a neck on the back. There we go, torso. To get the angle of the, there's a slight angle of that arms. This arm coming out at an angle there. Her hand as an oval. The relationship of both hands. See that? This bottom hand, the left hand looks like a triangle. Pelvis and her sitting down, and then the whole leg angle coming down like that. Oh, there it is. Next person. Next. There we go. All right, here's her head. Nice. This is a nice turn of events. You can put a line like down to the front of her face to do the center of her face and maybe even her eyes. You don't have to do all the detail, but that's good to kind of show her face direction and maybe even an ear in there, because you don't have to draw everything. We're trying to draw big, and that's something that I kind of was really put a thought into this week. As far as, notice the angle here too of that. But I was thinking of big to small, going big to small, seeing the big shapes and then detail. And I put quite a bit of thought into it as I was thinking. And making analogies. All right. I missed that other leg. Maybe go back. 1 minute actually probably is actually pretty good. I'm going a little too much detail. Speed it up a little bit. Just a square for the top hand, another square at the bottom. Angles. That anatomic middle, really important to try to get this middle. Here on this one leg back. Most of the weight is actually on the leg that's closer to us. There we go. Oh, nice one. Let's see. There's the head. Scribbling it in. Shoulders, arms, angles. This arm that way. Torso. There's a twist in that torso right in there. See that the top of the torso and the pelvis, kind of, and then the squash on one side and the stretch on the other is really evident if you can kind of see through the image. And the angle of the leg, almost straight. Ankle coming down. Yeah, so you want to focus on the detail and focus on these big shapes like this triangle that the legs together kind of make. Number 4, it looks like, or number 9 when it comes out. All right, 2 seconds on that one. There we go. Another one. Yeah, sometimes you want to go back and forth. Definitely 1 minute is feeling good right now. I'm used to doing 30 seconds. Look at that shoulder, the angle of the shoulders, that top. You can actually even get the torso angle, one arm coming straight up and down, other arm coming this way and then up. And that shape of that hand, like a triangle almost coming out. Waist. Hands on the knee. Just gesture drawings. Really good warm up. And not worrying about perfection. Don't worry about perfection. Worry about progress, the process, how you're doing it, what are you looking at. Ooh, look at that one. Let's see if we can get this one. I wonder if I can. Interesting. All right, about 10 more minutes. This stuff. Yeah, the hand's really complex. We just got a really nice flow of, I think we'll try to get that pelvis down to there, the leg back up, this leg back this way. Triangle. foot. Let's see. All right. Oh, feel free to put stuff in the chat, or we're just sketch and draw. We're in here. Look at that. This is the shape of this whole foot together. It's triangular shape. Come back here. There's an angle for the torso. Oh, and the belly. All right. I'm going to just crank it through these. Let's see. Here we go. Head. I can do it. I see the angle, the front of the face, the way the eyes line up. Just good practice just to do that. The ear right about there. Just spot everything, block everything in with these big shapes. There we go. See the torso, the purple. There you go. The angle of the arm. The hands right in front. The lower arm. Waist. She's sitting down. The dog right here. The dog. Do a rough drawing of the dog. Oh, and he's gone. Yeah. You see like 30 seconds today. Even though there's 60 minutes. 60 seconds. All right, there's the head. He's 3/4 view looking that way. There's the eyes. Should be in the middle. The nose. Here, he's got hair. The shoulders. Notice the shoulders. The relationship of everything. See that relationship. The torso is a little bit wider. Got that necklace too. If you want to do that. Arm going forward. Forearm. Hand. Let's see, here we go. Back arm. Back forearm. Bit of a belly. It's got the shorts. Oh, wow, that was way too fast. Now I gotta speed it up. Okay, head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. The angle of the arms. There's a profile. Speed it up. Should I get those wheels? And hand can be a kind of squarish shape. And the torso. And the legs go up at an angle slightly. There's a taper. And feet. And then all kinds of pipes and stuff in front and behind. What you want to try to see is see it without those things. Kind of almost see it with X-ray vision. See through it. And all right. That's an interesting one. Okay. Torso on the side, level 4. That's the torso, arm going up. Quick bicep, tricep. Yeah, if these were 5 minutes, then we could probably get a little more detail. But this is a good warm-up. Yeah, it is about the practice. It is about, the process, getting into the flow. It's not always going to be perfect. It's about progress. Oh, what was that? 1 second. There we go. Ooh, namaste. Are you going? Namaste. There you go. The heads, there's a slight angle. Notice this slight angle. The left arm goes slightly down. If you can see it, great. If you don't, it's okay. This is all the stuff I'm observing. Even the shoulders, it's more evident in the shoulders. The left is a little lower, right. If you get it, great. If you don't, next time, you'll see these little details. You want to try to see the big stuff. Try to get these big shapes, the ratios, the angles, the form, and then all the other stuff, just little by little starts coming together because there's a lot to see and do and observe. And you'll miss some of it, especially when you're going this fast. 7 seconds. Let me see if I can get the pelvis, the legs a little bit. Just really quick. There we go. All right, that's a finger. We're gonna skip this one. There we go. There we go. Let's skip that one too. All right, now lightsaber. The head. I drew a square for the head, but that's okay. So you don't have, it doesn't always have to be an oval. Just going really quick. What's important is trying to get the ratio, the height and the width of that shape. Like here, the arm too, this is another square, like this whole square right here. And the hands, there's one hand here, another hand there. And with that polar and that angle. Let's see. Then under that you have a pelvis. Legs. Slight angle, left foot, right foot. Yeah, anatomic middle. All right, 9 seconds. All right, we're down to the last one. Yeah, we'll make this, let's see. It's a good one. Ooh, all right, that's a good one. All right, we'll do that one. That'll be our last one. I'm just doing a circle for the head, then the front of the face, the shoulders, torso. The torso is really smashing. That the belly, the abdomen. The abdomen has slight angle. Let's see her pelvis up here, bending, and the relationship of it to his head, to her head, right about there. Notice that the space. You can move it back a little bit for you too. The legs are up here. And I might hold this one. Yeah, 20 seconds. Should I hold it? Hold that pose. I can go back to any picture as well. That's what's great, man. I have the control here, and I can pause longer. I can skip. Maybe we should pause this one. 4, 3. Let's pause it real quick. All right, we'll pause it just for a little bit longer. I want to try to get this one. I think I'm slowing down a little bit tonight. But we'll see. Sometimes I can get it really fast, and sometimes I don't know, I feel like I'm a little off. So much happening. All right, I got my ear. Look at my angles, my shapes, my form. Get a little more form on this foot, and I can go darker. Thigh. All right, I think that's good enough. So I can do her face, her eyes, her hair. There's an elbow right above there. Just a little mark, and then the other hand, the fingers. Too much detail. All right, I think that's it. Let's see. All right, so the next thing, obliques. This was really good. I'll put it in the chat as well. We've talked about muscles. This is really good. If you're watching on video, you can pause here and actually draw this. You can see the pecs, the deltoids, the biceps, and these are obliques. I remembered like, oh yeah, the obliques, and over here we have the serratus. Then you have the abdomen, the abs, kind of there, where they're located, how they go. You can see the different the muscles. Really interesting, and actually even yeah, the actual stuff. There's the torso again, the pelvis. There was a good picture of a pelvis. Look at that, an actual live. You can see right here the obliques, external obliques, the serratus up here, the abdomen. Yeah. And then here's the, oh yeah, see, this really breaks down the pelvis and the bones, but we really just need this big shape. Understand the shape from front view, side view, and the way it looks from different angles. But even just simplifying it even to a box, it's just a box or a square. And that's it. I'll put that in the chat. I'm off to pottery class. Only 2 more classes after this week. All right. Have fun. Oh, you're gonna miss. Well, hopefully you can come back and catch all our drawing. We're gonna get do them up, meetup uploaded pictures, so we'll work on those. uploaded pictures. So let's close that, close that. Let's go down. Yeah, again, so next week we will not be here. I'll probably share some of the pictures of Washington, upload them here. Oh, this is yeah, the AI Doodle Addicts. Oh, this is where I was putting it. I knew I was putting it here, but I made the agenda instead. And we will be focusing on, oh yes, there's 7 photos. This is not number 1. It's number 7. Number 1 is this one. So this is the first one we'll draw tonight. We'll spend a good 5 to 15 minutes on this picture. We'll do this one. We'll break it down. We'll spend more time on these, maybe less time on these last 2, or the last one. And then caricature. We'll talk about caricatures tonight. We'll transition to caricature. It says goofy faces here. And we'll do talk about that caricature and even create a caricature out of these. We'll do our own caricature. And then we will, let's see what other ones. Oh yeah, this one we'll do some caricatures of these. They'll be really quick and simple. Yeah, this one I'm not sure. This one kind of is just there. It is Grant Wood, one of his paintings. As far as studying it, it would be interesting as far as composition of the things, but not for tonight. So we'll start here. Let's copy this image address, put it up here, paste it, and then there we go. And then I'll put it in the chat as well. Paste, and there's the link. I don't know if you would like to see, or I can do it this way as well, screenshot it. I don't know what works better for you. There's at least 2 ways. If you let me know which one you like, we can do that better. There we go. There, that's it. Oh, let's break it down. Let's do a breakdown. All right, so you've got the head. Wow, let's do that first. Oh, I did it around it. Let's see if it picks it up. Yeah, it does. There's 1. Oh, Control Z. There we go. I can move it. There's 1 head. And then you can see we bring this down, and it doesn't really go that half. We bring this down, you can see the head should be from the nipple to the belly button. It should be the size of a head. And then from the belly button to the anatomic middle should be another head. And let me put that on here. Yeah, we can see it. And then the next one should be down to the fingertips if it's showing, but it's not. Or the top of the is that fingertips? There we go, right there. All right, it's a little, it's in motion too. But what's really important is the anatomic middle. Let's see how that measures up. So there's the top of the head. There's that. And let's bring this whole thing down. And you can see it's shorter down here. It's down here, it's shorter. So it's probably because his legs are bending as well. I don't know, just a little bit. He's got maybe shorter legs. Turning and stuff. All right, let's just go ahead and draw it. Let's just dig in. All right. Questions. That's what I'm really looking for, is questions. And that's something I added to the help guide the class, lead the class. So what the questions are, I'll be looking at those. I just posted it for the first time tonight, so I'm not sure if anybody is doing that. All right, so let's do this. Figure drawings. So this is going to be our last set of figure drawings for a while. We'll get into caricatures. All right, I'm going to start off with a circle for the head. And then from there, I can kind of see that can kind of use my imagination, that as the head. And then here, as that back jawline, right here coming down. And then the shield, that whole shield kind of coming there. And that jaw, yeah, that shape. I can see that shape. Should I stop sharing? Let me see. Well, let me stop sharing and see what it looks like. See if you look like that. I think I'm going to spotlight myself. Spotlight, or should I go back to where it was? There it goes. I can go back, or isn't the anatomic middle closer to the belly button than the pubis? No, anatomic middle is actually, let me see, here we go. Where's my, here it is. Yeah. So if we go by this, you can see that the head, and then from the chin to the number 2 nipples right there, and half of that is where the shoulders kind of are. Then that you see the anatomic middle is right here. That's the anatomic middle. It might be different on this one. It does sometimes, but this is just a landmark. This is just a landmark to look. Sometimes it might be higher, sometimes it'll be lower. All right, and then you can see that it goes down there. Yeah, it's where the for hip joints, wrist, crotch. Yeah, the crotch or the pubic bone. All right, so there's that. Then the angle of the shoulders. I can see. See, this is I start off with a circle. There's the shield at that angle. Got the neck in here. Oh, let me see. All right, cool. Am I full screen? Sharing. Okay, good. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. We've got that angle of that shoulders. And I can see how far it goes out right in here. Just that the whole angle is really important. So I've got my circle, and I can see the relationship of all this stuff, that neck, and then the trapezium kind of coming back at this angle. See, one angle, two angles there. And then I can see this, I'm building already on top of that deltoid rounded on top of that shoulder line that I kind of drew for my stick figure. My stick figure is that top of that shoulders, or the clavicle, that clavicle line. All right, I can see those other deltoid on the other side, and it's kind of going straight. Yeah, it looks like the top is almost straighter, and the bottom kind of curves up at it. Is up at as a triangle, and this is very general, very general. What's important is the placement, how far off that hand goes. So the top I'm seeing kind of straighter, and then the bottom kind of coming up at it, like almost like a triangle there. And I'm going to try to see the distance of the head to the hand, and I'm thinking it's right about here. And I can draw a square or a circle or an oval, but the height and the width kind of be pretty good. I'm seeing that right in there. Just seeing that. Okay, that's going to be my hand. I can draw where that elbow I think is going to be. That elbow, I can see that. And that's pretty good, just as far as blocking in. And then here's the pecs. The pecs going over onto that. This also is at an angle where the nipples are, right below it, the rib cage, kind of starting. Then I can see the angle, this angle here of the middle, where the sternum is. The sternum, there we go. There's gonna be one nipple right there, another one over here, right about there. Noticing how square that whole space is, even though it's an angle. It's at an angle, it's squared out. I can actually, let me see. Ooh, I'm gonna measure the size of the head and then see how far it goes out. All right, so I'm gonna get a piece of sticky note. There's 1, 2, 3. It's 3. So let's see. There's 1. There's 1, 2, and 3. 3. I went out a little further. That's okay. I still feel, I don't know, I still feel mine is right. So even though it might be off this much right here, that's okay. I'm still gonna go with it. But I double checked it. All right, here we go. Let's get that pec. That pec that ties onto the actually it's probably even part of the deltoid, that deltoid shape right in there. It attaches to the pectoralis. See all that shape. And here's that part of the top of the torso. There's all kinds of detail, and depends on your speed and how much detail you want to get. But you do want to go from general to specific. You want to go from general to specific. Kind of like it's almost like an outline. You want to see the outline. Like right now, I am I do have some detail, like even that's even detail. The outline would be like the when you're doing an essay. Like I can actually even break it down even further, just seeing the shape. Like here, I can see this shape here, not even worrying. I'm looking at the height, the width and the length of that, and seeing that's about there. Also seeing the angle, maybe this angle here, this arm, and then this hand right here, just blocking everything in very generally. And then I can see that even the stick, how it comes up across the head right there, that spear that he's throwing, that angle of that spear. The angle of that spear, trying to capture that angle of that spear, how it overlaps the head right in there. And notice it's just scribbles. I'm not even worried about the form. I'm worried about just I can just drew a rectangle there. The form wise, there is that bicep that's there, and I can just easily just look at that. Just really easily just put that bicep in there. That's the detail. So let me block it all in first. Let's get that pelvis in there. I really like that muscle. I don't know what this muscle is. I know this is the pelvic bone right there. There's a part of the pelvis right in there, and then you've got that muscle. And probably obliques, part of the obliques. That combination in there, and then you've got the shorts coming underneath that, right in there. Let's get the shape of the shorts. The shape of the shorts kind of like right in there. Not too much detail. I'm just worried about the height compared to the width. Then I go back and forth too, trying to see this big shape too. I can imagine this as one big shape. This whole torso, which actually probably even cut in a little bit. See, now that I look and see the big part, this big shape. So I'm going back and forth. I'm almost like looking at the letters. If I'm looking at a paragraph that I wrote, I'm looking at the letters, then I'm going at the sentence, and then I'm going back and forth. It's important to kind of like focus back and forth and see like the whole paragraph, and then go back and see a sentence, and then maybe even detail each letter. But letters should go last. All that detail stuff should go last. You want to see the big outline first, get the big shapes, and then go into the detail. That's the process. That's the process. See, I'm getting this angle here of this leg, the width and the length. I'm not worried about the shape too much. There's the knee. It should be right about there. Then this back here. You can see this elbow here, and then this foot probably all the way over here. And it's attaching. And I do have that kind of like triangular shape. There we go. It's looking good. It's looking good. I would see if that's the anatomic middle. I can take that real quick and see if it, oh yeah, the top was bigger slightly. We checked it. And and it is already here. This leg actually is lower. This one is lower. So even if it's lower, it's still the anatomic middle. It's still, yeah, about there. This leg is coming out that angle. It tapers the knee right about there. Then it straightens up, almost vertical. This is vertical. See, I can see this is a vertical. This foot here, but the calf muscle, you can see the calf muscle, and then you can see that as it tapers down. But the center, this is pretty. It's pretty solid, straight up and down, and it comes out at an angle. This is an angle as well. The toes, slight angle, slightly exaggerating the back of that calf. Oh, I did want to share this as well. I know from last, the video did get cut off. Last week's video. This is the only thing that got cut off. It was a really good video. We lost the feed real quick, but oh, notice how it gets bigger and smaller. I think it's bigger here and it gets smaller there. My camera's at an angle. Yeah, it is at a slight angle because I didn't want to. Oh, it's all good. I'm getting a little bit of distortion. I think that's looking good. All right. And I'm going really dark, starting off dark with this pen. Maybe I'll use a pencil on the next drawing. But you can see I can still go darker. I can still go darker and fix things. All right, so he does have a beard. I have it pretty much all blocked in. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna continue. Actually, let's get some detail, and I can even cross hatch, get some shading with this pen. I would hatch all this area here. There's all this is in shadow, and it depends on how much detail you want to capture. We can we can stop here and say, hey, that's pretty good, or we can start, putting the icing on the cake, or even fixing the cake itself, making any adjustments. So going back up here, you can see, okay, here's the beard. It's got a beard, a little bit of a mustache, the nose coming out right about in there. And then I can see just a shape. You don't even have to draw all the details of the eye. There's this triangular shape right in there. And then the forehead, and then the hair, really curly hair, really coming up right on top of that, right about there. So it just comes back. I'm gonna leave space for the spear as it goes through at that angle. And there's the top of the head. It's to the bottom. The hair. Maybe a little more hair. A little more hair back here. There, so that looks pretty good. And then I can a little more hatch marks. Put some shading. Yeah, there's I forget his name, and it should be in our, and I do have it in our resources, but he does hatching, talks about hatching. He does comics, and he does a lot of hatching. He did really good tutorials on hatch marks. A lot more experience than I have, but yeah, just the little experience I have, it looks still good. Trying to capture the all right, there we go. Sorry about that. Here we go. You can see the front of the torso. This torso, actually, there's two parts. If it was because it's almost a little bit of a 3/4 view. This side here, and I feel like I'm missing a little bit of the twist. But this side is a little more. You can see a little bit more. If this was a block, it would be kind of like that. You would see that side of that block, kind of like that. Here we go. The torso block. It's got a twist in it. I'll probably even continue it from up here. This is actually really good here. Seeing this the way from here down here, the way it flows right here. This is a really nice flow. That line. And just scribbling. So yeah. In my figure drawing class, I would draw very realistic, and some people would do like just sketches like this, and as I was always like trying to aim like a spear, aim for that very polished drawing, which is good. I mean, it's good to know what you're focusing on, but focusing on this is good as well. Focusing on just the structure, focusing whatever you want to improve on. My drawings probably would have been well, they were actually pretty good. They were pretty accurate. They were a little stiff. But they were accurate. Here, I really enjoyed just sketching and really just getting the feel. Oops, sideways. Thank you. How long ago was that? 5:53. I'll give 5 minutes. Thank you. As I saw the comment, 90 degrees after the phone call. Yeah, the feel and the energy of the drawing sketch which if you're aiming too much for realism, you kind of lose that energy of that sketch, just trying to get that energy. So I don't like that, just lines flowing, the flow of line. This leg coming back here. Get that angle of the, see, I can construct the patella. Let me see. And if I want to go into the detail of the fingers, I can see the angle. There's an angle here on that one. These other fingers, these other two are vertical. This one is out at that angle, and then you have these two over here, vertical. It's a lot of little detail. I'm not going to worry about it too much. And then this one is actually even out more. I think that's probably the middle finger there. And then, yeah, that's the middle finger is the ring finger, and then this is the pinky. This is the pointer finger. That's what's happening there. Yeah, that spear in there. Javelin. Actually, yeah, it's there. Shadows on this form. Really nice light. Really good choice. Picture choice. It's really good. These muscles and stuff. Yeah, it's exaggerated even more, I think. Let me see. It's this camera. Let me see if I can change the camera. Yeah. I have yeah, it's a different camera. I don't know, I was having camera troubles, so just got stuck with this camera, and I think it's exaggerating. It's really my bottom looking up there, and it's looking like it's exaggerating. I know my camera's at an angle. Let me see if I can go by. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Just by the camera angle. There we go. I put on my screen both images side by side to see if I can get it a little more accurate. Yeah. Here, probably bring this angle a little bit more down. And this arm too. Ooh, this arm should probably be the angle on this arm. I'm noticing it. See, now this is compare and contrast. In school, they have you compare and contrast, but I know, well, I knew one English teacher specifically, but I knew a lot of teachers that would, when they think about compare and contrast, they talk about what's different. How is it different? But when a real compare and contrast, you're looking at see how things are the same, and then see how things are different. You're comparing and you're contrasting. Not just you're compared to contrast. And that's what I think teachers see it as, compared to contrast. But it's not compared to contrast. It's compare and contrast. You want to see how it's the same, and then see how it's different. I just fix that arm, I believe, a little more accurate. That ruins my whole hand, but that's okay. And that's fine. That is fine. Let's see, I'm looking at, should probably be a little bit lower. Yeah, see the head yeah, the head is really small up here. Now that I'm comparing it up there, yeah, the head should be bigger. You see, I'm making all these comparisons now, how big the head is compared to other stuff. But what's helping now, not like last week, is last week was really nice because we had the book side by side. Right now, I'm working with a different camera, and I don't have the image side by side until now, but on my screen, and I'm dealing with a little bit of distortion. But we can, I think, work through it, which is a good challenge. It's a good challenge. Let me see if I have some white out there, but no, it's all good. All right, I think we'll just move on to the next one. If there's any questions, I'll continue shading and trying to capture what I see. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta let some drawings go. I'm like, okay, I did. It's good to struggle a little bit, and then like, okay, see the struggle, see what you're struggling with, and then just letting it go. Let it go, let it go. Yeah, camera. I don't know if it's the cable or because I know last week when on Thursday, it was the cable. This time I don't have that cable, so I'm using a different cable, which might be compounding the problem. Yeah, but it's all good. All right. Yeah. And not all drawings can be saved. I know, so somebody was having they did a really good job on their first drawing, and then they expected their second drawing to be as good, and then it wasn't. And sometimes you just gotta, okay, it wasn't. You just gotta let go, just gotta keep going, just gotta keep practicing. Sometimes you have an off day too. Sometimes you have an off day. It's good to give it a break or come back at it. I think that's pretty good. Let me see. Some of the detail, the way that the knee comes out a little bit. His toe is in the sand. All this shaded. Just a real quick hatch. Not really revealing. It's just a straight hatch. When it's really good is when you can get it to curve. Like, let me see if I can do that. Curve the hatch marks, kind of curve around the form. Yeah, around the form. That's really good. And he talks about that in his Lynch. Yeah, his name was Lynch. Lynch. I think if we do a search for Lynch cross hatching, he'll come up. Hatching. Yeah, I'll do that right now. All right, let's go to our next picture and look up Lynch cross hatching. See if let me share my screen. Share. Here we go. There we go. Let's see. We're doing it side by side. Let me look him up. There it is. All right, let's go. Let's go Lynch. I'm pretty sure it's Lynch. Lynch cross hatching. He really gets into detail, and this is just, again, this is detail. Hatch rules, cross hatching, TikTok. Oh, how to cross hatch cylinders. Yeah. Let's go to videos. How to cross hatch. Yeah, this is good. These are good. But specifically, I'm looking for Lynch. Oh, look at this, is really good. I can already tell this is really good. Alfonso Dunn. Yeah, he's really good. He's a really good. Yeah. Look at that arm. Look at the detail on that. That's really good. Yeah, it's a close up. Yeah, you can see the cross hatching, the hatching marks. And he's using an ink pen. And look at the curves, the way it curves. Yeah, this is definitely like Da Vinci style on the really good stuff. Also, Alfonso Dunn. He's got a good book on that. Let me put that in the chat. This is through, let's go through YouTube. There we go. There we go. I'll capture that, copy that, put that in the chat. Paste. Please don't scroll away. All right, there it is. There we go. All right, that's in the chat now. Okay, so this video is in the chat. Really good. You can see it talks about that. Ah, here he is, David Finch. That's the other guy, David Finch, not Lynch. I was so close. He's on Proco. So there you go. Yeah, he talks about the cross hatching as well. David Finch, there he goes. Really good stuff. See how he talks about the different hatching depending on the light, where it's coming from. He's doing this Batman kind of. See the serratus, torso, crosshatch technique. This is the one I actually was thinking about. And copy that and put that in the chat as well. All right, let's see if we can. And again, this is just the icing on the cake. You really need to, when you're first drawing, you need to focus on the structure, the anatomy, and get all that stuff down first. And then the shading when you're ready to finish the stuff up. Now, here's some dynamic figures. This one's really good too. You can see those dynamic figures. And who's this? Yeah, David Finch. David Finch. Yeah, so go to his website or his, if you click on this one, you can go to it and see all his other ones. You can see it. He's got really good stuff. A lot of good stuff. even birds, tattoo design stream. Tilting the head, Luma's head. Really good stuff. All right, let me put him in the chat. David Finch, not Lynch. It's been a while. Old timers. Here we go. All right, we can close that out. Close it out. Let's get to our next drawing. There we go. Ooh, nice. All right. Let me just copy the image address. Put it over here. Paste it. Really good photo selection. Really like this. Let me point some stuff out. There we go. Let me zoom in a little bit. Can we zoom in? No, not yet. Zoom in. There we go. Oh, too much. Right there. That's good. 125. All right. Angles. All right. So you can see it is a profile, but that the top of that is there. Oh, and that would bring us to this one as well. I'll share the we have the landmarks, but in profile exactly the same left view. See, if you can see the forehead to the chin, that kind of helps, that line there. The forehead to the chin helps. Then it's the nose just kind of just sticks out and the lips stick out. And if it's a smaller or if it's a more detailed picture, a bigger picture, then you get more landmarks. But getting that line in there really helps, that angle. Then usually the jaw is 2 lines, but here it's you can see 2 lines, and that's almost like the shield of the face. There we go. There's that. Can you put the image in the? Yes, I'll put the image in the chat. Let me screenshot. Oh, actually, you know what? Here we go. Thank you. Paste that. There it is. Pretty sure that's it. Then I'll also screenshot it. So I'll screenshot it with and without. So let me finish this up. That's the top of the torso or the clavicle kind of, and then you can see this angle here. I'm doing the center. I'm trying to capture the center of the arm, the stick figure, that center, because that gives you the angles. You can see here, this shape. I can simplify it to that and to this. Yeah, see, I can simplify it this much. And this would be here to here. And this would be a good exercise just to do with any picture. Just get a picture, see if you can simplify it. Simplify it with a computer program. I mean, there's all these bumps and stuff. Like here, you can see that in the back, but if you just simplify it, you can see it taper and see these shapes. These shapes here. Let's see how you can actually simplify it with just simple lines. And this will help you draw it. Look at that angle here, the back, small of the back. Then just here comes out that way. Another 2 angles there. Yeah. This is really this whole angle of the foot right here from there to there, and then you can see how much it actually sticks out, and get that thigh, the way that thigh curves. So if you can see that angle, then here even see this angle here and see that, and then just on top of that is the muscle. So you can see that taper. If you can focus back and forth, the macro and the micro, that's what I'm talking about. The macro and the micro, kind of see this stuff here like this, and then you can see that leg, the calf muscle on top of that. Give a little bit of bumps in there. And then here's that triangle for that foot. I kind of see this. I can even simplify it to there or simplify it to there. Even here, this is the triangle I kind of see as well when I'm kind of simplifying it. And kind of going back and forth, seeing the ball of the foot, seeing that. And here too, you can see that and that. To the front kind of twists a little bit. What's that knee? Go inside the knee a little bit. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, that whole calf muscle. Look at that, really. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Oops, wrong tool. There we go. A little bit of a taper. We get that back arm, and then we'll get it go. I'll screenshot it. Oops. Okay. There we go. Then notice the hand as well, that shape, that angle coming out and then in right there. Kind of went on the outside, but you get to see it on the inside. There it is. That's good. And ooh, watch this. I'm going to do an oval shape up here for the head. This is that oval shape. And if you had some X-ray vision, that the neck kind of coming back, and then just twisting there like that. All right, let's screenshot that. All right, Pearl. We'll see you. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, or we'll see you Thursday. Oops. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, if not on Thursday. Not reply. All right, screenshot. Screenshot this one. There we go. Capture. Let me see if I can. Yes.
I'm drinking too fast.
I can't hear.
Oh,
Let me see.
Sorry, it was just me drinking too fast.
Okay. All right. I think stop sharing. I think everybody can see. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna do it one more time. Oh, I just lost it. Okay. She laughs at. There it is. All right, here we go. I'm gonna screen share. I'm gonna screenshot the actual image, and let's get going on this one. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. So here's the side view. Let me spotlight myself, and there we go. There's the side view. You can see the head, and maybe I should have we could have checked some of these landmarks. And let me do that right now. Well, actually, let me share my screen and do that. Let's go back, and let's really quickly just look at these landmarks, and just for proportion wise. All right, so here's the head, and it's a slight angle. All right, so we're going to take that measurement there. That looks pretty close. Let's see how it relates to how it compares, how it's the same in contrast, how it compares to the anatomic our landmark figure landmark. So there's the head. I'll say, yeah, that's pretty good right there. Right there. There it is. Halfway is the shoulders, and then yeah, look at that, right where the breast is. That's the bottom. So we go there from the breast to the belly button is where that next head should be. That's where it's at. And then bring that down. Okay, ooh, we're gonna use this. I'm gonna use this as a I'm gonna use this as a guide. So you can see the breast. There's the let me see if I can get some more lines in here. There we go. Get another one. Right about there. Same size. That's it. So that's one. So there's the head. There's 1, 2, a little bit less. Is that it? It's probably a little bit longer. Yeah, that's good. That's 1, 2, and then from there we have the from the belly button down to, let's see, where is it at? To the the anatomic middle. And there it is, the anatomic middle right there. So this is the anatomic middle, right where that is. That's the pubic bone, and then let's see from the top of the head down to there. And that should be the middle. Let's see if it is. Bring that down. And there it is. Anatomic middle. Really classic. Let's see if we use one of these. Bring it over here. That's the top of the knee. 1, and it should fit all the way down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 to the top, 4 to the bottom. All right. Let's see. Right there. I'll take a snapshot of that. All right, and that'll be it. Let's get jumping on this. I'm going to draw the lines out. I'm going to draw the lines out just to get everything in there. Alrighty, let's see. Where's my screenshot? Chat. There it is. Chat GPT. Is it replying to everybody? Everyone. It's really weird. It's doing some weird things here. Yeah, I'm really getting interested in the Chat GPT and the what I shared tonight, which was the it was the script to video. So script to video is really interesting because if you're interested in that and following that, have questions. I have questions too. You can put those questions. You can put those questions in the next class, and I'll you know, I'll address them. I'd like to learn more and follow and see what you're interested in, and let's do that. All right, so I'm going to start off with a head. All right, so I'm just do it line. That's the top of my head, and then I'm going to go ahead and just get a mark. Let's get a mark right about there. All right, there it is. So that's it. Now we'll see how, actually this is going to be interesting. This will show us how distorted my camera is. That's going to be my one mark. That's one. Let's go down. There's 2, 3, 4. That should be the middle, and then 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, right to the bottom of my page where her foot is. All right, so her foot's going to be right at the bottom of my page, and you can see what kind of distortion that is. So that's pretty good. Which was the middle? This one I think was pretty. I'm sure that was the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the top. All right. I've got my marks. Wonder if I should do lines. Should we do lines? Yeah, let's do some lines. I've got my ruler right here, my straight edge. I'm just freehanding these and eyeballing them. I usually, when I do a line, a line, but I've gotten pretty good at eyeballing. So when I put my thing down, I look over here and then I look over here, and I can kind of see if it's parallel. I want to try to get that to be parallel. If you don't, what we do is just go ahead and get the marks that we made and make them across so that these lines are parallel. There we go. Just eyeballing it. Looking back and forth, making sure it's parallel. There it is. Back and forth. And I'd have students do it like this, and they would get it. Their lines would not be parallel like this. That was that's because my paper underneath there. There we go. Now it's smooth. See. Let's right side up a little bit. Right there, and then the last one. I don't know how parallel it is to the bottom of the page, but that looks pretty good. That's good. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough is not good enough if it can be better. Can it be better? Oh, well, yeah, but we don't have the time. Not in the time. See, that's the thing. How much time we got? We're doing. That's pretty good. It could be better, but it would take longer, and we put people to sleep. So this is good enough. Oops. Ooh, good, side by side. All right, so I know that this is her head, and let's go with a pencil, blue pencil. That's a blue pencil. All right, so her head, her chin is there, and we can see that angle of that front of the head down to there, and it does go round right there, right in there, kind of like that. But I got that angle, that front of that head, right the front, right in here, a little bit above the middle on the second line is where that shoulder is, and that shoulder's coming slightly forward, and it goes down to, let's see, according to our picture, I don't have the lines on there. I should have broken it down that way. according to ours, the elbow should be down to the third one. 1, 2, 3, and there. Yeah, because it's not moving so much. The elbow should be right about there. But that's that shoulder in relation to there. I can have the neck, put that neck there. There's that shoulder. The elbow should be here to this head down here to this line here. That line, and then there it goes forward at another angle. There is a little bit of a taper, for that upper arm. And yeah, she does have a little bit of a muscle, but I'm trying to just get that shape. Where's that other one? Oh yeah, let's get that other one. Use that other one as a guide. There it is. Oh yeah, and that other one, this other one has that line here at top. So this is the first, yeah, that's that shape that I got. And then this also has the breast kind of coming up at that angle. And look at right there, right to that point. Remember that point? That's that second head down. That's where that is. Right on target. A little bit of the abdomen. That's good right there. Then I can see the back. The back kind of coming in at that angle. And then this whole shape of the hair kind of coming in that, and that's the back of that torso. The hair in here like this. And kind of flaring out down to this, yeah, look at that. It's a little bit above this point right there. A little bit above, slightly above that line, that point. That hair goes like right in there like that. You can see it coming together with our guidelines. Up in there. And then down. And then here, right in here, this is the anatomic middle. So that whole goes, actually it's going back here. Buttocks. But it's almost kind of at this angle like this. I see it at that angle with the thigh. Okay. But it's hidden because that thigh kind of goes over, but that pelvis is right about there at that center. And then let's see, the knee. The kneecap, bottom of the kneecap is the sixth one down. So let's see, 2 down. Yeah, 2 down from the bottom of the kneecap. It's right there. So this is where the bottom of the kneecap should be on this line. On the right above there, that one. That's the bottom of the kneecap. And it is slightly bent, but we're gonna go with that. Just we're gonna go with our figure landmarks. So you can see how that works. And you need to draw this from memory. Practice drawing this from memory. So here it is right here. Look at that. Draw it from memory. Draw it from copying it, and then draw it from memory. See if you remember where things are at. That's the bottom of the knee. And then up here above the knee, it starts turning. The calf actually starts turning above the knee. So the bottom of the kneecap, there's that kneecap. That's where it starts turning, coming still at that angle. Actually, we have this angle right now. It tilts a little bit more. There's a little bit more of an angle that comes out this way. And then the foot coming down right there, that triangular part of the bottom. I have this angle and that angle. And let's see, oops, there it goes. The back angle, left foot. Now, technically this should be longer. Technically, and it might be because the feet are actually tilted. But it should be around there. Yeah, the feet should actually probably go a little further down. It's all good. That's looking good. Yeah, you see my camera. I can totally see it looks distorted, even though this is our anatomic middle right here. There's our anatomic middle. So it goes from here to here. but on my screen, yeah, it does because the camera's there's a slight tilt. Bottom looks bigger. All right. Here's my blue line down to here again. And this is behind this thigh right there. This is straightening out a little bit. Notice the angle shift. This angle steeper, and then this angle kind of almost straightens out. I'm going to exaggerate it just a little bit. There is a change right in there. The other foot. I'm going to assume that these feet actually should be going out a little bit more. They actually should be going out a little bit more because they're tilted, they're bent. So anatomically, they should be out a little bit more. This is technically the bottom of the foot where the heel is, and this is the bottom right here. So this heel should actually be down here. So if I really technically want it to be down that way, it should be a little more. But there is a band, and but this does help a lot in getting your figures more accurate. And then just with practice, you get more accurate and get a feel of that. Let's see. Oh, there it is, the fingertips. That's if the hand is open. Let's see. That's the anatomic middle. And then so the fingertips should actually be down to here. But because the hand is closed, I would say that should be maybe right about there. It's also bent as well. So I would probably say that's there. If it straightens out, it would probably touch this line here. But it is at an angle. And it's, yeah, I would probably say it's somewhere on there like that. Not too shabby. Go back in here. Good. Right there. Back leg. And then here, I can start adding some of the, see, like the way that the thigh curves forward. It's not so square anymore. I can just easily, since I have that angle now, I can just go on top of it and get a little bit of that push. The way this pushes forward, look at that. The way this curves. Getting the flow of these lines, notice this, the flow of this back line and then the flow of this line. The way they kind of almost, there's like a dance. There's a dance happening of curving in and out. It's pretty good. Kind of like that. And then here, this goes in and then out. And then, oops. The calf is way up here. There's the ball of the foot. Should actually probably be a little bit longer. Make it out there. I'm gonna bring this foot lower, slightly lower. It is bending as well, but this should be it. Yeah, because that would be the bottom here. That's still actually, I would probably say it. I would probably make it more accurate. Yeah, just coming down slightly. It should go below that line slightly. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right, let's get to our next one. I think we're going to spend more time or less time. Let's see. What's the plan, Sam? 6:24. We got a half an hour. Oh yeah, we're going to do. Yeah, we'll do this one a lot faster. Let's do this one a lot faster. I'm going to use the same lines. So I'll screenshot it, put it in the chat. Maybe share screen real quick so you can just see it. For those of you who on copy image address. For those of you watching the YouTube channel, there it is. Oh, there's the feet. Let's make it smaller. There we go. That's good right there. So let's put that in the chat. Here we go. Is that it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't put that other screenshot in there. I made it, but I didn't. No, it's all good. Whoops. One more screenshot. That's the link, and here's the screenshot. All right, I'm going to do this one pretty quick because we're going to get into the last half hour. We're going to get into caricature drawing. That's what's happening next. So for the next month in May, when we come back, we will be doing caricatures. So we'll talk a little bit about caricatures tonight. Just give you a taste of what's coming up. And we'll jump on that. Let's get back. Let's see this other blue pencil here. All right. Oh, yeah, we can do it here. Let's do it here. All right. So we've got our head. Our head is there. We get that circle shape, and it's kind of like a get that shield. It does taper like an egg shape a little bit. There's our head right in there. Get that circle, the taper, that shield, and then you've got right in here the arm. That shoulder is actually coming up here. Up here, it's up a little bit higher, right in there. And then I'm noticing this angle there coming down, and we'll assume that's also the anatomic middle down here, as this whole torso kind of goes. And then there's a slight angle where the breasts are. Let's say this is this whole side onto that shoulder, to the elbow, right in there. Elbow up here. So that's breasts. Get that arm up here, and it tapers right across. But notice this whole shape there with that arm. The hand, you can draw it as an oval, but it's in that space right about there. And it's coming out. My bandwidth is low. Is that what is that? Yeah, look at that. Huh. All right, it's okay. The arm kind of coming out. The elbow right in there. So what makes these lines special is that each one is one head distance. So depending on the size of your head, that's how it all kind of relates. We can actually take that same height and make squares. If we bring the line across, that would help as well. All right, so there's the belly button. The belly button is right where that I would say right there. See that whole torso. There's the belly button, and then here's the pelvis. Yeah, right to the anatomic middle. But looks like she's got hips, pelvis, just coming out down there. This will be standing on our bottom. Well, this one looks like it's going to be a little bit of overlap. Looks like it's put that foot right there. Put the foot down. This one looks like it's a little closer. This foot. What's that? The right foot. Right foot. Bring it down slightly. And see, I'm just blocking that whole leg and I'm not even. See, I'm just getting the inside, outside, kind of getting these stick shapes, and then I can actually delineate, going from general to specific. See, I can see this big general shape, and then now I can go a little more specific. Let's get a little more specific. A little more sharpen my pencil a little bit. Yeah, so I'll finish this one. I'm going to go a little quick, and then we'll get into. It's 6:30. Yeah, we're doing good on time. I thought it was already 6:45. And then we only have, we have 30 minutes. We got 30 minutes, 30 more minutes. Yeah, we'll finish this up real quick. Yeah, we're there. We're there. It looks looking pretty good. I mean, I can get into the detail of the hair and stuff, but Really just trying to block things in, I can see maybe the head, there's a slight angle to it. See, I can and show that angle just by that line, that center line, slight angle. The middle is usually where the eyes are. So I'm just blocking things in. The hair, I can see the hair kind of come out in this almost like triangular shape where that all that dark hair is right in there. And I can go into the detail, but I'm not. That would take longer. But that's not the point. Oh, that's not the point. The point is to the point is to get the blocking in, the proportions. That's the point. Detail, yeah, you can get lost in the detail. Don't get lost in the detail. Let's see, this is good. I'm trying to see the shapes and how they fit. We're figuring out this little puzzle here, how all these shapes fit. This arm comes out, I'll probably say out to here, that other hand. And that's the shape, that shape of that hand back out here. The fingers coming down. That's detail. Fingers are details. Don't worry about that detail. And here's that. What's that? I wouldn't say it's not a blouse. The top, the shape of that top. There's a slight angle to that. There's a slight angle. I do capture that slight angle. There we go. It's curving on this side. Pelvis. This side is a little bit curves out. The thigh back here curves out. That looks pretty good. The thigh. Yeah, all kinds of stuff happening with their knees. The knee should be in there. The back. This back. I don't even know what that muscle's called. Yeah, that's the back part of the knee. You got the hamstrings right in there. Then you've got the calves. Slight calf. Her calves aren't as prominent. Something like that. There we go. That's good. Let's go back up. Anatomic middle. Bring that down. I'm gonna go in and out. There we go. That's also that same, but on this side. Oh. Yeah. The calf. The calf is twisted. It's tilted. I'm exaggerating this. This is too much. I need to tone that down a little bit. Straighten it out a little bit. Bring that calf out. I kind of straightened it out. She does have some muscles, but this whole thing kind of just flows like this. You can simplify. You don't always have to kind of go there. You can get this flow. This line actually looks sleeker. It looks, and that's just artistic style, artistic license. Let's simplify. Simple is always better. If you can simplify it like that, that's pretty good. And this foot, let's kind of delineate it. It's got that calf, the ball of the foot, and then the front of that foot, right in there like that. And then it's a little hard to see. It's white on white, but I would do something like that. All right, bye-bye, Josh. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's get into caricatures. We're winding this up now. All right, we've got some interesting caricatures. Let's share my screen. There we go. There we go. This is, yeah, there it is, caricature. And it's really just an exaggeration. You can use the shape. This person started off like with this bean shape. You can see this bean shape. And then the cheeks, really make sure that the cheeks are pretty prominent, and the nose and all that stuff. All right, so that's the caricature of this person. We can do the same thing here with this one. This is Grant Wood's American Gothic. I actually saw this painting. It's at the Chicago Art Institute. But you can see it's like an egg shape. The egg shape. This is a lot more oval. So we can actually do that and exaggerate those shapes. We can exaggerate those shapes. And that's what all it really is. You're really just looking at shapes and exaggerating. Sometimes you don't even have to use, you don't have to use the shape you see. You can actually, when you're doing this, and you'll see next week, you can use, oh, it doesn't show the middle. You can use different shapes that are not there. You can use like a triangle or even a square shape for the head, and practice and try different ones and see what works best. There it goes. Let's see, now select it. And here's the middle. See how prominent it passes the middle. See, this is, I'm putting this so you can see if we break this down into fourths. And this is really interesting. They have a lot of repetition. So you can see the pitchfork here, and you can see this like even on his shirt, there's like another pitchfork. Down here, there's another like pitchfork shape repeating. Even in the windows, kind of repeating this repetition of this shape here. Even back here on the roof, you can see that three, you know, kind of like the pitchforks here and there. And just that's just repetition. All right, let's just do this. Let's just do this. All righty. All right. It'll just be for fun. And let's see what else. What else is here? Clear. Outlines. Let's see what's next. We've got, oh, this one. And that, I think we'll call it a night. Yeah, because we got this, and then we got, yeah, we're back to the beginning. All right, yeah, we'll call it a night. So we'll do some quick caricature. Let's do a quick caricature. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's just stop sharing. We'll do a quick caricature. All right. I'm breaking my paper down into fourths. Yeah, you can even see here on my screen. It's wider here and it's smaller up here. That's perspective. There's a slight slant. I'm going to break this down into fourths. And I'm going to just do a cartoon. On this side, we've got his, it's going to be an egg shape. So I'm going to start off with a circle, like in this half. Circle on that half. And then I'm going to go really long with this shape right in there. That shape. We've got this shape there. See, and that's what's really cool about caricatures. You can exaggerate stuff, just see it, exaggerate, and then not even worry about proportions, because you're going to be changing the proportions and changing stuff, exaggerating. See, I'm making this straighter here. Get that egg shape. We got to start off with that circle. Then her, she's going to be a lot more oval shape. So on this side, more oval. Get that oval shape. Try to catch that oval shape. And then we can actually, yeah, real oval shape. Man, make it a little bit taller than it is. Just that oval shape. With her hair, maybe rounding it out just slightly, I'm thinking would be good. So there's the heads. And they're in a good spot. This is a good thing to see too, that this angle, the top of the heads, and you can see that angle there. And then here, and we can probably bring it down a little bit more, but they're a little more lined up. In the picture, she's lower. She's a lot lower. So we can actually probably even make her a little bit bigger, but that's okay. I like that. Let's see if we can add some. I'm going to block everything else in. His jacket, he's overlapping, he's taking most of this space here. He's got the pitchfork, his hand, oh, his hand can be broken down into this rectangle, or the square, actually, a square right in there. And you see, notice this angle, and I can already start breaking these fingers down in there, the knuckles, but it's this shape that's like that, the thumb right on top. Pitchfork straight up and down. Pitchfork. We're gonna make it smaller. It is a cartoon. We can make it bigger or smaller. We can change the proportions. We can make it into a spoon. I don't know. Well, I can bring it up. I'll bring it up. His shoulders down here. That's a good spot. See, and I can make those changes because I'm just blocking everything kind of in. We're just using the picture as a guide. As a guide. Not really, you know, we're drawing what we see, but we're exaggerating. There's a roof that's in the back. It's cutting across in here, tying both pictures together. Comes out a little bit of an angle there. There's the thickness of that porch roof like. And then we've got the triangle that actually ties both of them together. So there's a triangle here, there. Let's see, right there. American Gothic. It's a classic. They also have Whistler's Mother, which is famous in in the Bugs Bunny cartoons. Seeing that, and then seeing that painting. Whistler's Mother. All right. There's the window. There's a window here. It's right about there. Another window back here, and then another barn or something back here. And that's looking pretty good. I kind of like that. Let's see, another roof. So I'm going to start with the background and then just work my way to the foreground. But here's that barn. Notice this is kind of like a triangle upside down. Then here's that. That's good. That's good. I can make the hand bigger, exaggerate it because it is a cartoon. All right. And what makes his eyes? His eyes. Well, let's start with the background. Let's finish the background first. I'm going to keep it simple. There's a thickness to this roof. There's shadows and stuff, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about all the detail. I'm just going to get that ledge or that footer, whatever it's called. Then it does have like a little ball right at the top, right in there. Oh, right in there. All right. Let's get this, the windows. It's a nice little shape like that. And I'm not, because there's more to it. These are actually light lines, and I have them going dark. So that's not the way they should be. But it's kind of time-wise. And because it's just a cartoon, you can take artistic license. And then here, this is the rooftop. And a little bit of a shade on it. A little bit of shade on this whole house as well. And maybe, oh, the windows, I'll do it opposite. Nobody will know. Unless you compare and contrast. Say, hey, that window's light. Put a little bit of a shadow here on this side. Just real quick. That's it. That looks good. There's windows down there. I'm not going to put them. Use my artistic license and just, hey, that's enough. That's enough. All right, here we go. So the eyes definitely, they're not perfectly round, but we can do them round. We can and go bigger, go big, go home. I'm gonna go really big with these glasses because we're gonna exaggerate. We're gonna make them round. Oh, try to get them to line up. Two, and at the bottom, see, it's at the bottom of that circle. Get them to be round, as round as you can get them. They're not actually perfectly round. They're a little between square and round, but we're making them more round. Or I'm making them more round. Let's add some big ears too. Let's make the ears a little bit bigger. Go make the ears a little bigger. As big as the glasses. So I'm exaggerating there. He's got a really thin nose. All right. Let's see. Let's do that bridge. There we go. And his eyes are way up here, way up here, way up on top. Way up on top. So I can do a circle for one eye. Right in there. Another circle. Right in there. Right at the top. And then let's put a little bit of a top of the eye. Top of the eye. And he's an older gentleman. So let's do the bottom of the eye. A little bit, and I'm just putting a suggestion, trying to just put a suggestion of that bottom of the line. The bottom, I kind of just did a little bit, because he's kind of like got these bags. So I'm putting one bag and then another bag, like right in there. One bag and another bag. Bags there, and that's it. And then he's got these little puffs of eyebrow. A little bit of a puff on eyebrow. puff one side, and then here, notice the angles. It's kind of all triangular. I'm gonna make this one up a little bit more triangle. It goes up to the peak and then down. Notice the peak right there, that peak, and then down. And he's got a really round head. His hair up there, very little of it. Go around it. Actually, going a little bit bigger. Then add the hair on the side. There we go. A little bit of hair on the side. Actually, this side doesn't really have it. You can barely see the hair. It's mostly forehead. That's it. That's good. We'll do a simple nose straight down. Then I'm gonna just nostril, nostril. Then just kind of go around it like that. That's it. Then what's that called? There's a name for this, ver something or other. Is that? And he's got some really thin lips, and I've dropped it down proportional wise. This probably should be a little bit higher, but that's okay. It is a cartoon, and we're kind of exaggerating. It's got these really thin lips. We can actually even go really far with them. Oh, we should bring it down because he's kind of like, I don't know, so serious. A little bit of a chin. See if I can exaggerate this. There we go. Let's put the part of the glasses there. Where's that ear? Let's go this way. All right. Okay, so for the ear, I'm just here's that that part. Looks like the letter A. It's got the little blanking out on the name of that, and then just that shape. And that just comes with practice. You know, this is that kind of like A shape ear cartoon. Do a lot. I'm gonna add a little bit of, make it older. Again, add these little lines right in there. Get that neck in there. There it goes. Get that shape. Get that coat. All right, that looks pretty good. I like that. Zoom in. I can zoom in like this. Let's get a good close look. All right, light. The angle makes a difference. Yeah, I've got a different camera tonight. I get my camera set up. All right, so when I get back next month, get those cameras set up. Keep pushing it. All right, I like that hand. See this the square that's just on top of that where the knuckles are. Now I can put the knuckles on top. There's one knuckle, two knuckles, knuckle sandwich, and then the back part of the wrist right in there. Let's put these fingers in here, and they're cartoon fingers. So I mean, it's not. There's a lot of little things, but I'm not gonna. There's actually probably another. You know, the finger's not really showing up. There should be 4. You have 4 fingers in the thumb. The thumb actually goes behind that pitchfork. Bring that over. Make sure that kind of lines up, I guess. That pitchfork in there. Yeah. Bring that pitchfork in. Yeah, this is what really sells the drawing. A little bit of a thumb in there, like a bean shape. I changed that to a bean shape to get a little bit closer to what's there. And he does have his like overalls under his jacket. No, that is like a jacket. A jacket on him with a little. All this would be shaded. Shade it real quick. Shade this one. Shade that jacket. And I think it's a lot of people think it's his daughter, but I think it's, I mean, his wife, but I think they're supposed to be, from what I recall, 20, 30 years ago when I studied this, it's supposed to be his daughter. It's supposed to be his daughter, but well, we'll see. Gotta go. All right, let's get that triangular shape on the overalls. Over here, a little bit of a button. Get some lines on here. There we go. Make it look easy, because I know what I'm doing, so I'm doing it really quick. So don't despair. I'm going pretty fast. And here, this part, I'm making it a little bit lighter. Here, I can probably go darker. Just playing with values. That's just pencil control. All this, there we go. There, halfway there, less than half. Because we can actually add windows back here, a little bit of shade, make that pop a little bit. That's it. Maybe shade this back there. We wanted to, yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. So we got the oval for her. She's got the part of her hair, a little bit of an angle there, kind of going over, just added to that oval shape. And it kind of curves. There's a little bit of an S curve. It goes in, down, and out. In, out, and down, out. Just that side, and then here, her forehead, out. Put that hair on the outside. There it is. And then I'll put little eyes. I'm going to put little eyes. She's looking to the right. Right in the middle. Actually, I would want it to line up here. I'm going to go right up about a little bit above the middle, because it is a cartoon. So I'm gonna, usually, I don't know, sometimes cartoons have big foreheads. Sometimes they have, you want to play with the different proportions. So she's got the little eyes looking to the right. See, I just did one little line and an eye. That one right there. And on the other side, a little line and a dot right there. Cartoon eyes. And then let's, I'm going to put the eyebrows in. I don't know, she's just kind of like really serious. Oh, did you kill the pig? I don't know, being on a farm, it can be taxing. Yeah, I'm putting a little bit of a shadow right there on that side, on the right side. I'm just doing it. I'm not saying how I'm doing it. Even the shapes of of that eyebrow. All right, I'm just going to put a simple nose as well. I'm going to start off with a circle. It's kind of like a circle shape where the nose is, and then I'm going to put a nostril in. One nostril, oops, one nostril, then another nostril, and then try to go around. I'm killing it. Not in a good way. It's all right. She's got a piggy nose. There we go. And then I'm going darker here. See, when I did the circle, I went a little lighter. And that's if you go too dark, it will look a little more piggy. And then her lips, I'm going to go really small with her lips. Let's see. Just put really small lips. Yep. Smaller lips. Usually the lips go where the middle of the eyes are. Going a little smaller with that. She's got this stern kind of like face to her. So I'm going to put just a couple lines for where the chin is. There we go. That's looking pretty good. And there is a 3/4 view. There is a 3/4 view. So that, I mean, a lot of my face and stuff that I'm doing, I'm not explaining it. So you're getting it because it's more on the right side. It's more on the right side. See that this eye is closer to the center, and then this one's on that side. And then she's got a really long neck. So we can exaggerate that a little bit. There we go. Exaggerate that neck a little bit. Let's put that ear in here. That way. Put the hair around. A little bit of hair around. Right. I like that. Yeah, a little bit of an exaggerated neck. There's a cartoon. Just exaggerate. Probably not even much. It looks pretty long. Yeah, no, I exaggerated. It's got that circle right in there. Collar. What do you call her? I don't know. There it is. And then a little zigzag up part of that dress as it comes up. From there. This part's dark. And then she's got all kinds of, I can just cross hatch it. She's got designs on her dress. Just putting a cross hatch. Yeah, simplify. You don't see her arms. Looks like there's some kind of shadow there. I'll just put an arm shadow or an arm like, yeah, that's nice. That's pretty good. All right, there it is. And even the hand kind of goes over that. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
It
It's
looks
not my,
great.
thanks. It's not my forte, but I actually, no, it's not too bad.
Not bad. Can we see it a little bit more up close?
Up close, yes. Up
Yeah.
close. There we go.
Ah, okay, now I see her face.
Yeah, let's do her. Yeah, see, I kind of like a sickle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
It
they're
looks not so flat.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a little bit, if I wanted to get into, there's a slight shadow here on this side. And if I wanted to, and this whole the side of the face is a little bit shade. Make it rounder. This him too. He's got some shade on the right as well. See, I'm just doing some observing and just putting it in, just really lightly, little light shade. I can put shades here and there. This whole chin under shade pops, makes that pop. Little push and pull. I can actually even in the background give it all a shade as well. Just really quick, little hatching. Not too shabby, not too shabby, not too bad. I think that's pretty good as a cartoon. All right, one more. Oh, no, we're out of time. We're out of time. We're out of time. I think, was there one more? Yeah, well, I'll do this one really quick. So I'm not going to put it in the chat, but you can see, I really see square shapes for these heads. I mean, this is a picture of Henry Toulouse-Lautrec. Toulouse. I don't know. I had this joke with my students. I can't even remember, so long ago. But I think he was promiscuous, and I called him Toulouse. But that is like a square head. Then you've got this ear here. See, and it's just, I'm just, here's this. Oh, no time. Yeah. All right. All right, then. There's an eye. That. Let's see, I can just really quickly get that nose, and then he's got that mustache and that little beard. And then his hat kind of goes up and around, down. All right, we will call it a night. Thank you for joining us. Inside of that eye, the nose. That's it. There's one. Yeah, and this is just playing. It really is just playing. Find pictures, exaggerate them. And it actually helps with your drawing overall, because then you're not really worried about it being perfect. You're actually looking at it and then exaggerating what you see and just saying, hey, it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. It's not, I can exaggerate like this triangular shape here and get these shoulders and this hands together. All right, we'll call it a night. Thank you so much. Let's leave the meeting, and actually let's cancel the meeting.
Thank you so much.
All right. Oh, you're welcome. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.